Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Why, hello, Professor! And hello, class.
Well, thank you. Finally, I think this is the first time you've actually addressed the class.
Hello.
And it's because I'm feeling so electrified.
Oh yeah, why? Why is that?
Woo!
It's weird that you should mention that today specifically. You know, because I know when I ask what Pokemon we're learning about today, you're gonna.
It is Decidueye.
Thank you.
It's the one we're learning about today.
Also, here in the classroom today is our trainer in training, young Corbin. If you could please say hello to everybody, Corbin.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Yeah, I'm feeling zip-zappy and bip-bappity today. I'm feeling good. I think I'm ready for today's class more than almost any other class. Very excited to be here.
Yeah, because now I would expect for you to 100% know what Pokemon we're learning about today, because you did have an assignment, Corbin.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yes, and you did that assignment, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course I did it. Yeah. Wait, you mean like evolving the Eevee? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I evolved it into a Jolteon. Yeah, of course.
There we go. Okay, yes, we're learning about Jolteon today, the lightning Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah.
So
the one and only.
Do you have the Jolteon here with you today, Corbin?
Say again?
The Jolteon that you
today?
evolved
Today?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yes,
Sorry.
the day that we're learning about Jolteon. You see, I normally.
Nope.
Well, what? No. Where is it?
Oh, it's at home. You didn't tell me to bring it today.
Okay, Professor. Time to. All right. You know what? Here, give me your temporary license.
Come here.
What?
No. I don't have a temporary license. That's my ID, Mr.
Your permission
He has
slip
my
is
ID. He has my
revoked.
Oh
my God.
Mr. Curtis.
Nope. You had one job, Corbin. Evolve your Eevee and bring it to class, and it's not here.
I did half the job. I thought I was supposed to. Okay, listen to me. Okay, I have the Eevee. I evolved it to Jolteon. I thought we were going to go through all the evolutions. I thought Jolteon was last. I thought you were going to give me more time, more weeks to spend with my Jolteon. I thought that was the plan.
Now, I don't often listen back to the lessons that I teach, but I am pretty sure that I end almost every single lesson by, saying what Pokemon we're gonna be talking about in the next week.
Oh, like that matters. We never remember anyway. But listen, I guess it was wishful thinking. I really thought Jolteon was last out of all 7 or 8 evolutions. So I kept the Jolteon at home. I am so sorry.
Professor, see, this is why we can't give out Pokemon to uncertified students.
I thought it would be a fun little experiment.
They're just not ready yet.
Wait, hold on.
Understand.
There's a knock at the door. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, hold on, I didn't hear it. It was so quiet.
Hey, Perry. Oh,
Perry.
Oh, thanks. Okay, thank you, Perry. Perry came in clutch, and he remembered that today was a lesson on Jolteon. And for those who are listening, again, reminder, Perry is the Psyduck, the school counselor that I ride with on the way to school. He sits in my bike basket. Yeah.
At a certain point, we have to stop reminding them. We just have to assume that
we just have to assume that people know. But you never know. This could be somebody's first lesson. But yeah, okay, so
it's a good one to start on.
Now I have Jolteon. Wow, look at that.
Well, you know what? Jolteon really came in clutch for you because you know what? I was going to report you to Officer Jenny for
No,
Pokemon
Jolteon did not come in clutch for me. Perry did.
Yeah, Perry did.
Perry was the MVP today. So
go ahead and untear his temporary license, Mr. Curtis, if you
can. You put that back? Can you tape it?
I mean,
sew it back together with Spinnerack.
Don't do that. We don't do that.
Okay.
We have tape in
All
the.
right. I got some.
Oh.
Okay, you work on that, and we'll give it back to him at the end of the lesson. Corbin, if you could, it would be great if you could display the Jolteon, and I would like for you to, make some observations that you've noticed about Jolteon as well.
Sure. Okay. You got it. All right, here we go. And I'm throwing out my first Pokeball, guys. I feel like a real trainer. Okay, here we go. And everyone back up. And 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and it just
Corbin,
ricocheted off the wall.
Yeah, you
Corbin.
did not need to throw it that hard, Corbin. Come
Yeah.
on now.
I did it wrong.
You did it wrong. Yeah, you had to
try
throw
it.
it in the air and put like a lot of spin on, like a lot of
Okay,
spin.
all right,
on
let me
it.
get a little practice. Okay, here we go. Bounce it, bounce it. Okay, and yeah.
Okay, again, now it just ricocheted off the ceiling.
All right.
Right.
It's,
You guys
You're-
make it
you're-
look so easy. I don't
you're
understand.
putting way too, when I like literally toss it gently.
That poor Jolteon's just getting jostled around.
Is there a
inside.
secret button on this thing, or am I supposed to? Oh, am I supposed to click the button on the?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There it
I mean,
is.
You can't. That's kind of boring, but yeah, you can do that. Okay, well,
Oh,
here's a
hi.
Jolteon, everybody.
Hi there. Oh my goodness. Hello, friend. I have been.
It doesn't. Hold on. Let me just get a quick weight check here.
What? Why?
Did you feed it enough, Corbin? I don't. It's looking a little underfed.
Well,
All right,
Jolteon
all of a
is.
sudden, Mr. Curtis is the paragon of Pokemon care.
Listen, I'm a very successful Poke breeder. Okay. All
Your
right.
uncle is.
Jolteon is normally that thin. Okay. Jolteon is normally that thin. Okay. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good. I named him Zinc. Yeah, he's really cool.
Very cute.
Zip
yeah,
zappity Zinc.
Zinc.
Let me just
okay.
get a. Let me
Z
just
name
get a
makes
quick.
sense.
Thank you. Okay.
What was that for?
What was that?
What'd you
That
do?
was me putting a starting to staple back together Corbin's temporary Pokemon pass. So
You're stapling it?
yeah, I mean, I've got some silk for it. I just need to get the staples in there first to kind of hold it in place as a structure.
Okay.
Oh.
Sure, great. Excellent. I'm glad you could derail the lesson with that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Curtis.
all
But
right,
yeah,
Corbin.
this is Zinc, everybody.
Hi,
This is
Zinc.
my beautiful
Nice
friend.
to meet you.
Yeah, very
Has
very
Corbin,
nice.
Has Corbin been good to you?
Yep, that's a definite yes.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty well mannered.
Okay.
Now, if you guys will take a look at Zinc, we've had a lot of fun together the last week.
So did you evolve it immediately?
I didn't evolve it immediately. I kind of evolved it on the weekend. I wanted to get some time with the Eevee. It kept me so warm at night. Loved it. We played a lot. We had a really really good time. And then on the weekend, my mom went out and bought a Thunderstone, and I just evolved it over the weekend. And now it's just this beautiful, fun, just beautiful Pokemon. It zips around all over the house. The Mr. Mime that lives in the house, not a huge fan of the
Your dad?
he's not. No,
Yeah.
Your father.
no, he's not my father. No, my father is long gone.
And
No.
you know what they say about dads and Jolteons? They just
Yeah, they
they
hate
don't
them to
make-
start with, but then they end up becoming best friends.
That's right. I'll never let a Jolteon in my house so long as I'm the dad.
This dang
And then-
fleabag Jolteon.
And then like a couple weeks later, then it's like, oh, my favorite little Jolteon.
They're napping together on the big recliner chair.
You could call me dad too.
Yeah, so none of that happened. But anyway, so the Mr. Mime was not a huge fan of the Jolteon, but honestly, I like the idea of switching them out and having the Jolteon be the permanent Pokemon resident in my house. So, but having a lot of fun with Zinkin. Woo!
All right, well, okay, but so can you? I don't think you've actually described Jolteon yet.
Oh, my apologies. So for anyone who doesn't know, it's not quite as so. Jolteon is not quite as
It's
fluffy.
yellow.
It's yellow. It is very yellow, but it's not fluffy like an Eevee. It's very it looks like it's covered in a bunch of yellow, lightning bolts or something like that. And it's got a white mane of, again, zip zappy, almost bristles, not even fur. It's more like bristles along its body around its,
It is fur.
It's got white fur around its neck. It does have purple eyes and purple, the inside of its ears are purple as well. And that's about it, like all evolutions, it is quadrupedal, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
White and
very,
yellow,
very good.
really, really pointy, bristly fur, and it's kind of twitchy. It loves to run, and it loves to zap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it shocked you yet?
Once or twice, but it's never on purpose. I mean, we've bonded quite a bit, me and Zinc, and we've just been we've been pretty good pals. Honestly. I really feel that this is deserving of my first Pokemon as a new trainer.
Well, unfortunately, I can
we'll
only
see.
give you
I
a
mean-
temporary trainer's license. So at the most, I could give you one more week with Zinc, but then we're gonna have to, put old zinc into the Pokemon storage.
Well, I think
Just get a little. I just here. Hold on. I'm almost done putting the Cinerex Spilk on there.
Oh, the Cinerex Spilk, huh?
Jeez.
Well, I think maybe until the end of the Kanto Pokedex entries, maybe I'll keep Zinc. How's that sound?
Okay, this isn't a negotiation.
I will wager 1 completed generation of Pokedex entries for 1 Jolteon, please.
We'll see how this lesson goes. We'll see how you do on the assignment today, and maybe
Please don't take him away.
And me, you see, the longer I let you stay with him, the more connected you're gonna become.
So don't let him leave.
I can't do Corbin. You know, you knew what this was. You knew what this was.
I denied it.
God. All right, go ahead and put Jolteon or Zinc back into his Pokeball for now.
Okay, Zinc, I'll see you at home. Okay.
So you can get on with this lesson.
Don't give him expectations that you can't fulfill.
Never. He has fulfilled my heart. Anyways,
Okay.
we can continue now.
All right, let's start this lesson in earnest. Let's read the Pokedex entries from the Kanto region. The first entry says, it accumulates negative ions in the atmosphere to blast out at 10,000 volt lightning bolts.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's pretty strong.
You know what? That's pretty high voltage.
It's pretty high. It's not the highest we've seen, but it is still pretty high.
I was going to say, what's the highest we've seen so far?
That would be Raichu at 100,000 volts.
Okay, yeah. So 10 times the voltage.
Yeah, 10 times the voltage coming out of Raichu. So yeah, and it accumulates negative ions. So you know, I guess that's why Perry likes it so much, is because Perry has a bunch of negative ions, and because he's a sad boy.
Well, I mean, Perry has some good energy with me. That wasn't even funny at all.
It wasn't. I'll be honest, that wasn't even that funny.
That was not even remotely funny.
It's like he's like he's
that was a good one, Professor.
He's like a Magikarp out of water. He's just gasping
That's
for air.
basically what he sounds like. But yeah. No, he's Psyduck. My Psyduck, Perry, he's not that depressing.
Whoa.
He's not your Psyduck.
He's the Psyduck closest to my heart, so yes, he is.
Okay, so that means you own him?
No.
Perry's his own man.
Yeah,
He's not owned by anybody.
Perry is a free Pokemon.
He is a free Pokemon.
He works for his freedom, and he has stipend that he lives off of, okay?
Right, no, exactly. I don't own him. He owns my heart. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so he owns you.
Yeah, on some level, yes.
You're his human.
Yeah, I'm definitely his human for sure. But he's not that depressing compared to most Psyducks. He's relatively happy.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy to hear. I'm glad to hear he's happily employed here.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next entry. It says a sensitive Pokemon. Now this is Jolteon, not Psyduck.
Mm-hmm.
A sensitive Pokemon that easily becomes sad or angry. Every time its mood changes, it charges power.
Now I will say this: Perry is a sensitive little boy. I will say that about him.
Okay, we're not talking about Psyduck. We've already done that lesson.
Sorry,
we're talking about
I promise
Jolteon.
I won't compare any more entries to Psyduck.
If you wanna meet Perry, go back and listen to our Psyduck episode. He does come guest star.
What is that? This is a
weird.
TV show,
That's
Mr.
weird.
Curtis. Shut up.
Listen to our Psyduck lesson.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He visited class.
He guest visited class. That's right.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've completely forgotten how that interaction went.
It went well. It went well.
It's quite good.
That's good. I'm happy about that. So yeah, when it changes mood, it charges power, which is kind of interesting to me. But that's one of, it's not the only way it charges power, obviously, because as we learned before, it accumulates negative ions in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So did you notice a lot of emotional changes in your Jolteon, Corbin?
Yeah, Zinc got emotional here and there, but he wasn't like... He didn't take it out on me, which I was happy about. He took it out on the Mr. Mime, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's why Mr. Mime doesn't like him that much.
Right? Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, no, he was emotional at times, but it's okay. I mean, I in order to create a balance, I was the opposite emotion. So whenever he was really, really sad, I got really, really happy And whenever he got, really happy, I just got immediately really sad, to keep the balance and the equilibrium in the house. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Like out of solidarity or?
Yeah. So, but naturally, he had to pull more of the weight because it's easier for me to cry all the time. And then he was like, okay, now I have to be happy all the time for him. So.
Okay, so you're saying that Jolteon's mood changes were because of your mood changes.
You know what? Let's move on.
Okay.
They're kind of in an equilibrium, so to speak.
Right.
I guess so. Wow, you're so connected. All right, the last entry from the Kanto region is its weapons are its 10,000 volt electric attacks and its spiky fur. Its sharp hair can pierce enemies when it bristles.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it does have fur. It's just really sharp and spiky.
Now that did happen when we tried to play ball outside. It did break every soccer ball I had.
You'd like kick the soccer ball and just like stick into its side.
Basically, yeah. It got to a point where it was just like covered in a bunch of them. So it looked really funny.
I'm sure it did. If only I could imagine it in some form of artwork. That would be
God. Personal students. Not personal. Virtual students. Personal. This time it's personal. Virtual students. Somebody draw a picture of a Jolteon with a bunch of balls attached to its bristles.
All right. Well, you aren't the class president anymore, so you can't command.
That's right. You don't.
Well, as former class president, I have the right to ask that.
Well, maybe you do know that Mr. Curtis does draw the Pokemon for every lesson, so maybe
I do.
Right,
maybe
but
his drawing can have a soccer ball or a volleyball or something stuck into the side of Jolteon.
Perhaps
say no
not.
more.
Perhaps not.
I will.
His drawings have been getting too good recently. I think we need to up the difficulty.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Sure. Add some more curveballs in there.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Literally curveballs. Yes.
Yeah, a curved ball. A curved ball.
A literally curved ball. Yes.
All right. All right, let's move on to the Johto region. The first entry says it concentrates the weak electric charges emitted by its cells and launches wicked lightning bolts.
Oh, wicked! Yeah,
Wicked lightning bolts.
Yeah, so its cells emit weak electric charges, and then it concentrates those, and that's where the bolts come from. Although now we have 3 different methods of charging power. Right? And so just see if you can remember what are those 3?
3 methods of charging.
This isn't the pop quiz. I'm just curious if you.
I don't like it. It feels like one.
If you're
The
paying
cells.
attention.
The cells.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I just said. So yes.
Right. The mood swings.
Yeah, it changes the mood.
And then the temperature of the air.
Not temperature.
Oh, feeling.
No, Curtis. Do you want to take one last guess?
Negative
ions.
Ions in the atmosphere.
I said it
That's
first.
What it is.
You're an idiot.
No.
Yeah,
it's
Corbin.
okay.
I mean, Corbin did say it first, but he only said it because his mind was like.
Well,
his
he was
memory
jogging my
jogged.
memory for me.
Yeah.
That was
So we'll make it a group effort. No points are given though. This is just to see if you're paying attention. And you know what?
Yes.
You are. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. The next entry in the Johto region says every hair on its body starts to stand sharply on end if it becomes charged with electricity.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
Prickly
yeah.
little boy.
Yeah, so like that, I guess, it's an extra added benefit for being charged with electricity. All right, the last entry in the Johto region says the negatively charged ions generated in its fur create a constant sparking noise.
Oh, yeah. If you get really close, you could definitely hear it. It's kind of cool. It's very soothing.
It's a little zippy zap. Zap, zap, zap.
Do you think the students were able to hear it in the recording device?
I don't think it's. I mean, these recording devices are pretty good about picking out our voices amongst a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So I don't know that they could hear it. It's very. Here's the thing: you have to get very, very close to hear it, like really close. It's not that loud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did see Jolteon when it first came out of the Pokeball. It did get pretty close to the recording device.
It's true.
Oh yeah, it did. Well, who knows? I don't know.
Maybe
listen.
we'll see. I mean, I wasn't really listening for it, so I might have missed it. All right, let's move on to the Hoenn region. The first entry says Jolteon's cells generate a low level of electricity. This power is amplified by the static electricity of its fur, enabling the Pokemon to drop thunderbolts. The bristling fur is made of electrically charged needles.
Ooh.
So needles and fur aren't quite the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Well, their fur are kind of like needles, though.
so it's like furry needles,
Yeah, if you get up close to them, yeah, it's like furry little yellow pin needles or something.
I guess. I mean, they're just maybe it is fur. It's just really, really thick and stiff fur.
It is, yes.
So yeah, it says it generates a low level electricity with its cells, and then that power is amplified by the static electricity of its fur, and the static electricity is referring to the negative ions that it draws in from the atmosphere. So now we're starting to see things work together here, which I think is really cool. All right, the last entry from the Hoenn region says if it is angered or startled. Wow, that's hard for me to say for some reason.
Try again.
Okay, sure. One last time for me to fail. If it is angered or startled, the fur all over its body bristles like sharp needles that pierce foes. Yeah, and so it's interesting that it says that if it's angered or startled, then it bristles up the sharp needles. When before we saw that it was the when they become charged with electricity. So maybe but it's getting angry and being startled, so it's changing its mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which we know to charge it with power.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's where the electricity is coming from. That you guys following me here? You're kind of looking at me with a blank looks on your faces.
Kinda, a little bit.
I got you, Professor.
Oh, great. Thank you, Mr. Curtis. I knew you had me. I knew you understood.
I have you.
Well, now I just don't believe that.
Oh.
I just don't believe that, Corbin.
All right.
He just feels a little left out. That's all. Don't pay him no mind, Professor.
I never
Thank
do.
you so much. I love being included.
All right, moving on to the Sinnoh region. The first entry says it controls 10,000 volt power and can raise all the fur on its body as if it were sharp needles.
I like that. So normally when it's dormant, it doesn't really seem to do that, but it can raise them. It gets really, really prickly and it looks really intimidating, but normally it doesn't look like that. And you can pet it a certain way, by the way. If you can't come back to front because your hand will catch one of the bristles and it'll hurt.
You'll get
so
shocked.
Just a little fun tip out there for anybody who's trying to pet a Jolteon. Go from spine to butt. You know what I mean? Go from head to toe.
Spine to butt?
Well, head to butt. Sorry, not spine to butt.
Maybe head to tail. How about that?
Head to tail. That's what I said. Head to tail. Head to tail.
No. Go spine to butt. I think is the way that you need to go.
Okay, no. Head to tail
right.
is the proper way to go.
I have the new T-shirt. It's a picture of a Jolteon, and it says spine to butt on it.
Honestly, I would 1,000% wear that. I know that comes as a shock to you, but I'd wear that.
Oh, a shock! Very good. Good joke.
Professor, I'd wear anything, any T-shirt you sell.
What if it said Mr. Curtis sucks?
I would wear it proudly.
I do suck. What if a shirt that said, what was it, Flabby Pabbies on it?
Flabby Pabbies? I mean, if you signed it, I would wear it.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
No, he loves slabba patties. That's what they're called.
Oh, is that what it was? You love slabby pabbies?
No, it's slab o patties.
That doesn't sound right.
That's right.
All right, the last entry from the Sinnoh region says, if agitated... No, wait, did I already read this?
Yes.
Did I?
Think so.
If agitated, it uses electricity to straighten... No, I didn't. If agitated, it uses electricity to straighten out its fur and launch it in small bunches. So it shoots out the fur.
Oh, so it's
Definitely
not
not say that.
It doesn't just make them stand up. It shoots out.
Well, it makes them straighten up and then shoot out.
Okay. Completely discharged from the body. It's not even just
Yeah, pew pew, pew pew.
Wow.
So it clearly didn't do that. The zinc didn't do that for you, Corbin.
No.
All right. So that does it for the Sinnoh entries. There is a Unova entry. It's very similar, but it does say by storing electricity in its body, it can shoot its bristle-like fur like a barrage of missiles.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one after the other. It's pretty evocative writing from the Unova region, but it's just pew pew, pew pew. It just shoots out a bunch.
So my question is does it just regrow the hair?
I would
I mean,
guess.
you regrow your hair, don't you, Corbin?
I do, of course.
But to be
I mean,
fair,
if I pluck one out like this,
Oh, don't do that. Mr. Curtis, do not do that, okay?
and now we can see how long it takes for you to regrow your hair.
It will take time, okay?
did you
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna be able to see one small piece of hair growing.
Oh, but I've got it. I've got the spot marked. Don't worry. We're gonna check on it next
That's-
week and the week after.
I don't want to do that.
I
That doesn't
don't
sound fun
think
to
you're
me.
gonna remember. I don't think you're gonna remember.
Well, we'll see.
He's like writing it down in his hand now. Remember to check Corbin's hair.
This is weird behavior, Mr. Curtis. I'd like to move on, Professor, please.
Oh yeah, weird behavior is normal behavior for Mr. Curtis.
Hey, can't argue with that.
Well, I don't like it.
All right, nothing new from the Kalos region. Let's move on to the Alola region. The first entry says they send out electrical charges of about 10,000 volts. Because they are high strung, it can be difficult to grow close to them.
Well, I was able to make it work, everybody.
Because you're also high strung.
Yes,
you,
very much
You had
so.
a lot to bond with.
There's a lot to talk about there. Yeah.
The next entry says, when its fur stands on end, that's a sign that it's about to give off a jolt of electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, as sometimes lightning strikes next to it, too.
Whew.
Woo, you better watch out.
You better not cry.
I did some, yeah.
You better
Did
not
you get-
doubt the Jolteon will shock you.
That doesn't rhyme.
Well, I don't think that it's, like, intentionally doing it. I think it's just that when, because it attracts negative ions, right?
Right,
So-
it just gets all riled up, and then there's this electricity, floating through the air and stuff. So it's kind of inevitable,
Yeah, sure. Electricity floating through the air, sure. The next entry says, okay, now this is interesting. Its lungs contain an organ that creates electricity.
Oh.
So that's like an organ inside of an organ. That's like, it's like an organ, like,
It's an in-organ.
Right.
it's an inception organ.
Nope.
So yeah, its lungs contain an organ that creates electricity. The crackling sound of electricity can be heard when it exhales.
I love that, like, there's no identification of what the organ's called. It's like that we know it's there, but we didn't want to name it.
Well, maybe we can take this time to give it a name now. What do we want to call it?
The Jolteon electricity organ in the lungs.
I'm gonna veto that one. That's a mouthful. What about the vault box?
Mm,
No? Okay.
how
Corbin,
about
what's-
I like Volt Box. I vote with the professor.
or
My idea was stupid.
Jolt box because it's a Jolteon.
Oh, even
How
better,
about-
Professor. You better be careful. You're gonna make me laugh.
the zap gland?
Zap glands.
I don't know. I like the Jolt Box better.
How about the zap sack?
Zap sack.
Mm.
What, Jolt sack?
There you go. That's the one. Jolt Sack. Mhm.
All right. You know what? How about virtual students? If you want to write in and tell us which one you like more, or if you have your own name for the lung or the organ inside Jolteon's lung that
I am
creates
so
electricity.
curious about these answers.
Yeah. So please send us a Gengar mail.
Or tweet at us, whatever.
Yeah, wwopokemon@gmail.com or just wwopokemon. Got that out of the way so I don't have to do it at the end of the lesson.
Woo.
You will still do it again.
I will not. I refuse. The next entry from the Alola region says, its fur stands on end, becoming like needles it fires at enemies. Once they are weakened, it finishes them off with a 10,000 volt shock.
Whoa! Bum, bum, bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam.
like a 1-2 punch.
The 1-2.
1-2. Bada bing.
Bada boom.
There we go. Thank you.
It's done.
Oh.
It's done.
All right. So we don't have anything new from the Galar regions, but we do have an ancient text here from the Hisui region. It says, bristles its fur into sharp needle-like points when enraged. One can hear electricity crackle in its breath when it exhales.
Oh yeah, I heard that when we were sleeping on the bed together. Like I could hear like the little. And it's, yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah, kind of like not like that exactly, but
Okay, I thought I did a pretty good impression. I also have an entry here from the Lentil region.
Oh, but first, I found this award for your. It's an Oscar for your performance, Professor.
Oh, wow. Wow,
It's
my
just such a
gosh,
great. It says right here, best impression
Oh.
by the professor.
I am so honored. Obviously, I want to thank, my family and friends, of course. Without them, I would be nothing.
And who else?
Well, I gotta thank my agent for, getting
have an
me all
agent?
this work. Yeah, it's for impressions. My impression agent.
Of course,
I'm gonna thank, Mr. Curvos, who,
Oh yeah, Mr. Curvos, of course, Mr. Curvos.
He's the guy that works at the coffee shop that gets me coffee every morning.
Yes.
It really gives me all that energy. And gosh, guys, they're playing me off now, so I gotta get out of here. Thanks again.
Of course. Yeah, next time.
Wow, great. Thank you. I just didn't expect it. I didn't expect it today. I just put in a lot of work into my impressions. All right, let's move on to the Lentil region entries. The first one, or I guess the only one, says Jolteon can charge every hair on its body with electricity. The charge is so powerful that even if Jolteon sheds its fur, the hairs can stay electrically charged for a long time.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe,
don't touch them.
I wonder if we could use them as like batteries or something somehow.
Maybe. It's like they're giving off electricity without exerting energy, so that might be useful.
They store electricity. Just have just a bunch of Jolteon fur encased in like a metal container, and boom, you got yourself a battery.
For sure.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a new business idea. You
it.
want to get in on the ground floor here?
Professor, I'm ready. Tell me where to drop my check off. I'm ready.
In my
mailbox.
No, don't put it in Corbin's mailbox.
Please do.
Put it in my hand.
I would never do that. Yeah, right here, Professor.
Thank you. All right, so that does it for the regional entries. We do have a couple of unique Pokedex entries, so let's get through those. The first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon, when angered or frightened, the hairs on Jolteon's body become like needles that are fired at its opponents. It absorbs charged atoms and can produce 10,000 volts of electricity.
Woo!
Wow.
Charged atoms, another way of saying ions. So we know that those are negatively charged ions. Or anions, for those of you playing at home, if you're interested.
Sure.
The next entry, once again, comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon. Jolteon becomes enveloped in lightning when it is angered. Yeah, or when it is happy or, has any other strong emotion.
Yeah.
So it's not wrong, just incomplete. And then the last one comes to us from Go's Rotom Phone. It says Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon, and electric type. Jolteon puts out an electric charge equivalent to 10,000 volts. Quite high-strung, it is not easy to befriend.
I mean, again, takes a lot of talent and skill to do that, and you're looking at talent and skill right here, everybody.
Yeah, talent and skill, I would say, is half of the equation. The other half is knowledge.
Right.
So you really...
Well, I had all of that.
Well, you have knowledge on Jolteon now, but you don't have knowledge on all of the rest of the Pokemon, Corbin, which is what you need.
You can't be a trainer with just Jolteon.
But I have enough to continue raising the Jolteon.
I don't know. We'll see. But that does it for the Pokedex entries. So now it's time to see what you guys have learned. And today, I think we're going to do that with a poem.
Professor.
I love that. I've been thinking about that for so long. You know why?
You've been putting together a poem already?
Yes, because I have fallen in love with Zinc, my Jolteon, and I'm ready. I'm ready to write one.
Okay, well, go ahead. I know, Mr. Curtis, I know you don't like poems.
Well, I just like quizzes so much. I just want to do more quizzes, Professor.
Okay, well, maybe I'll write one for you after class. But for now, go ahead and write a poem for Jolteon and let me know when you all are done. All right, so Corbin's eagerly jumping up and down on his desk. I think that means that he's done. And Mr. Curtis has also put his pencil down, so I think we're ready to go. Corbin, if you would like to start.
All right, here we go. This is my poem for... Oh, I said Polteon. This is my poem for Jolteon, and I wrote this specifically for Zinc. Here we go. Ready? My love for you is so emphatic. Light me up with all your static. 10,000 volts right to my chest. Heart rate up, No time for rest. Pierce my body with electric missiles and all of your charged up, furry bristles. Your mood might swing like the seasons change, but give me volts and I'll give you love in exchange. When I see your bolts, I'm so ecstatic. I need it because I've had it. I'm a dramatic fanatic. Got me flippin', acting like a climactic acrobatic. Mine's too traumatic. I need the static for all things problematic.
Whoa.
Whoa, well, you're getting a little rappy there at the end.
You amped
Close.
it up at the end there, Corbin.
It's the Jolteon in me. What can I say?
That was, can I just say, electrifying.
Oh,
Thank
you, Professor. That's very sweet.
I was utterly shocked with the ending.
What? Oh, shocked at the. Oh, that was funny.
All right, yeah, Corbin, that was very, very good. Can I just say? I think your best poem yet.
Oh, that was good.
You know what? I would say that. I think every student should write in and say best poem yet.
Stop giving them assignments. I give them assignments.
Now, don't be writing things now, because you haven't listened to mine yet.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Let me just take a step back here.
Yeah, everybody back up.
Backing up. Here we go.
It comes. Yeah.
No rapping.
Zap, zap, zap goes the Jolteon. Get hit by its 10,000 volts or you'll be gone.
Wait, or you'll be gone?
Or you'll be, and you'll be gone.
What did you say about Porygon?
Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me start over.
From the top.
From the top.
Take a drop.
Zap, zap, zap goes the Jolteon. Get hit by its 10,000 volts and you'll be gone. Actually, a very moody individual. Its electrified needle missile fur is actually pretty inhospitable. Its cells and lungs pump out electricity. Could its particular state be an example of electric cytopathogenicity?
Such a mouthful.
There you go. That's it. It's done.
What? Define that last word there, Mr. Curtis, if you could.
Cytopathogenicity?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
for our students at home, of course.
Well, of course, Professor. I'd be happy to define it for you. It's when it's a word to refer to when there are changes in cells, like fundamental pathological changes in cells. And so in this case, electricity is causing a fundamental change to the Eevee cells to make it electricity conducting and producing.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's something that all of Eevee's cells or Eevee's evolutions go through.
Yeah.
Or honestly,
cytopathogenic.
Evolutions in general.
Right. Eevee's transition to Jolteon is cytopathogenic.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Well, that was I think you kind of crammed in the cytopathogenicity into the end there. Just kind of ham-fisted it in. But otherwise, a very, very good poem.
I mean, what are you gonna rhyme with electricity? That's the only word that came to mind.
Explicitly.
That's a forced rhyme, and you know it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, Corbin. That'd be a little rough.
I guess you could end it with anything that ends in Lee.
Toxtricity.
Toxtricity.
I'll give you Toxtricity.
Thank you. You're going to give me one? Oh, man, I'm getting all the electric Pokemon today. Woo!
He doesn't have a license. Stop giving him Pokemon.
I mean the phrase. I'm not, of course, not going to give you an actual.
Well, you don't have the authority to do that.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, great poems all around. You all get 100s. Again, poems are kind of like a free 100 as long as you do it. Corbin,
thank you.
Your poem was very, very good. I will allow you one more week with Zinc.
Oh, Zinc. I cannot wait to be with you more.
Okay, but after next lesson, I will need you to return Zinc to me.
And just, hey, Corbin, make sure you're giving him enough food.
He eats fun. Zinc eats plenty of food. He gobbles up mine. I mean, he just has such a high metabolism. He's so skinny.
Okay. Eats a lot. He's running all over the place.
He does. It's nuts.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for today's lesson on Jolteon. Does anybody know who we'll be talking about next week?
Ooh.
It's not
Me, Professor.
No, it's Glaceon this time.
No, it's also not Glaceon. It is another evolution, but it is...
Oh, if it's not Decidueye, it's got to be Leafeon, right?
No, it's not Leafeon. Although that is again another evolution, so very good on you there, Mr. Curtis.
Ooh! It's one of my favorites actually of all time. It's Umbreon.
No, okay, I'm just gonna say because you're wasting time. We are learning about Flareon, and I will evolve my Eevee into a Flareon and bring it for you next lesson.
Hooray!
Oh, okay.
You
Very
can
good.
see how to properly raise a Pokemon. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Mr. Curtis. So is he.
So get ready to take notes.
We're both looking at you.
I'm
You literally had it. Your Vaporeon abused by Spinarak. Okay, not a good look.
Well, it was an Eevee when it was abused by Spinarak.
It's
so.
And
still
it wasn't abused.
abused.
It was just it was indoctrinated into the colony, okay? There's a difference. It wasn't abused. By the end, it loved it.
Where is it
I
now?
don't know.
Where is it
I'm
now?
not sure about that.
Well, I give it back to the professor after class lesson. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as it's safe from you.
Okay.
Until I take it up region to my uncle's breeding farm.
Well, I don't know about that.
All right, we can discuss who did the best at raising their Eevee at the end of the next lesson, but for now, we're going to end it here. If you have any questions for me, the professor, you can, again, send me a Gengar mail or message me on Twitter. I'm not going to say what they are because I said them earlier in the lesson. It's also in our description if you want to find it there. If you would like to subscribe to our Patreon, the link is also in the description, and we would very, very much appreciate it.
Yes, that's where I got Zink's name too.
Oh, okay. From a Patreon listener.
Yes. A Patreon, a patron, if you will.
And it actually works very well for Jolteon too.
It does. It's literally the perfect name. I couldn't be happier.
Maybe Zink is a Jolteon.
I mean, maybe.
All right, but yep, that's gonna do it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed. Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.